Thanks very much for checking out this episode of Turning to Him. If you enjoy what you hear, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave comments, share it with your friends, all the basic stuff. When you do things like that, it makes it easier for other people to find the channel and add goodness into their lives. Thanks again. So Arizona, you graduate high school, go through basically through grade school. I said Arizona, I meant New Mexico.
Yeah.
And then you graduate from there. What happens?
Yep. Yeah. So I kind of go through the whole I hate to say what you're supposed to do, but kind of followed the program of, after graduating high school in New Mexico, I served my mission. Got called to the Nevada, Las Vegas West mission. And it's funny, I was just talking to a coworker today and telling him about my mission, and I was telling him how much I thought I was going to go someplace, really exciting and exotic. I had a feeling I was going to go to Russia and learn how to speak Russian. And little did I know I was just going to get called to hop one state over, skip Arizona, and just plop right there in Vegas. But that mission was just, and everybody says it was the perfect mission. That's how I felt. I served in all of Western Nevada, so Vegas all the way up to Reno, Carson City, that area, which is just a beautiful part of the country there. So, but yeah, so I served my mission there, and while I was in grade school, really at very early stages, when I was about 7 years old, I decided I wanted to learn how to play the piano. And I grew up in a really musical home, and I, always listening to music, all sorts of different types of music. But it wasn't until I saw Bill Murray on Groundhog Day play the piano, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I was like, yes, this is great. And so I played the piano, found that it was kind of a talent, and I was willing to work hard at it. And I started getting better and better. And as I was growing up, going through grade school, and then especially middle school and high school, I listened to a lot of bands that there were moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what I want to do with my life. And I developed this desire to, uh, for lack of a better term, be a rock star. I was like, that is it. That is what I'm doing. I got so passionate about that. And that was the plan for a good long time. So after my mission, I found this school in West Texas, so right outside of Lubbock, Texas, that would teach me how to record and mix music. And I was like, that would be a really good skill to have, so that I can record my own music and, maybe make some money on the side recording other bands and things like that. So went to Texas for 2 years, got my associate's degree there in sound technology.
Right.
And me and my brothers, I mean, that was the plan. Me and my brothers would be in a band. And so my older brother was living in Tucson, Arizona. And so we decided after I got my degree, my younger brother got off of his mission, we're all going to meet up in the Phoenix area. And that's what we did. And so that's why we're here in
All
Arizona.
right. I wonder if Bill Murray knows that he inspired a famous LDS musician to get
Yeah.
started.
Well,
That's
I don't know
that's
about famous,
awesome.
but I'm sure he knows somewhere in the deep recesses of his mind that he inspired someone. So
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so from a very young age, music moved you,
yeah.
but you didn't necessarily grow up in a musical home. Is that
Well,
true?
I no, I did. So as far as like music appreciation and the love and the passion for music, very musical.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and my dad, he plays the saxophone. My mom was a great singer. But it was a little different. My kids, they see me going to big concerts and things like that. That wasn't necessarily the case as I was growing up. But my dad, especially as I started playing the piano, and he saw that I was developing a deep love for it. He exposed me to lots of different styles of music. He wanted to show me good jazz and then rock, and all these things. And my mom loved Motown and the Beatles and that type of thing. And so we were always listening to stuff. And again, my brothers, bless their hearts, they were dragged to all my piano recitals, but they had their own thing too. They played in band. We were all a bunch of band nerds. And so music was going on all the time.
Okay. All right. So you learn the piano, and I love that you said, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I love that it sounds to me that you said, hey, look, I want to be in a rock band, but perhaps statistically speaking, that's a tough way to make money. So what can I do that's still in the music industry that will pay my bills, perhaps while I get to, plant these seeds and then eventually be in a band? Is that fair to say?
That was the plan,
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's funny. There are probably 3 million easier ways to make money than with music. And so if there's any aspiring rock stars out there, I don't want to break your bubble, but I kind of need to
Yeah.
because it is a hard thing, and I was really blessed. And I haven't always felt that this was a blessing. But recently, in the last few years, it's become a great blessing to understand that, I did get a day job. I work for Wells Fargo as a banker. And that's allowed me to pay the bills
Hmm.
and support a family. But I haven't always appreciated that because, I had this thing in me where it was just I was meant for something more. I was meant to have a bigger influence than reversing people's fees for overdrawing their account. And
Sure,
so
sure.
there were times during my 9 to 5 job that it felt just torturous to me. And 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 that's been a part of my really my coming closer to the Lord and relying upon Him is really kind of reconciling the fact that, I went to school for music. Music's been a part of my life. I'm good at it. I'm passionate about it. And yet I'm not on the road making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And trying to reconcile God's will with what I wanted has been a really neat experience, at least up to this point for sure.
Okay. I definitely want to get more into that.